So I had already grated the potato and squashed it through that sieve, pressed it through the sieve to squeeze all the juice out, and then I had been squeezing out little handfuls, and that's where the video starts, where I'm just squeezing out the little handfuls. Anyway, hope you enjoy making. So this is beaten egg, and we're mixing it into the potatoes. So that's the grated potatoes. And then I think it's got salt and pepper in it. I'm just going to mix that in properly. So this is now the squeezed out grated potato mixed with the beaten egg, and in there I've got a pinch of these things, chilli, crushed chilies, chili flakes, and salt and pepper, and give that a good mix up. And this is the size of the dish that I'm going to be using. I don't know what that is, about 8 inches I suppose. Oh, I've lost the light. Yeah. Don't know, let's lay that there. Look, that's how big it is. A bit bigger than a fry light. And yeah, it's about that deep. Okay, about 1.5 inches deep, I say. It's a spoonful of the potato mix, and then you just need to just press it so that you're getting to the shape of the, you're just making a little crust, so it's right up to the top, but try and keep it a little bit thicker up there rather than making it really, really thin and squashing it flat with your fingers. Oh, that's got some fry light in that pan just to stop them sticking. So I'm going to put the rest in and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. And so that's what the finished article looks like once you've pressed it into the dish, and then you're going to cook it. Okay, so I've rinsed out the bowl that I had the potatoes in because I don't want to use up loads of bowls. I don't like lots of mess. And I've whipped up for 2 or 3 minutes, and so it's getting lots of air into it so we can get some good rise. I'm just going to chop the onions and cook the spinach, and I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. Right, so I normally put a little bit in my hand and then just do that, and so there's a tiddly little bit in the bottom there, but I'm sure you've cooked spinach before like that, but I've just thought I'd show you. And it's a lot of spinach, it will fill this pan and more. There's 180 left in there, and so I'll probably use most of it and just wilt it down a little bit at a time, and once the pan is full. I have managed to get it all in the pan at the same time, and so yeah, you can see it's full to the top, but it's quite a lot, but it disappears down to nothing. During a flat-footed lamb's tail, it's down to nothing. You can see the bottom of the pan now, and then you've got to squeeze it out and then chuck it on a chopping board and chop it up. I shall be putting it through the sieve again. I think you saw the sieve at the beginning. Just a little sieve and squeeze the water out. So this is the spinach after it's been squeezed out. I keep the juice for the dogs because it's nice and full of iron. And here we have the spinach chopped up, so I've just gone both ways, gone that way and I've gone that way, so that it's into nice little bits. I'll now mix my cottage cheese into my eggs and I'll be back. So here's the egg mixture with the cottage cheese in it and the salt and pepper, and I've not beat it hard, but I've just mixed it until the cottage cheese is separated, as you can see there. And then spring onions and spinach are now going to go into the egg mixture. Help me find parsley. I think you're here. There we are, parsley. I haven't got any fresh, so I'm just going to put a good shake of dried in. Let's have a look. Something like that. Don't know how much that is. About a teaspoonful, perhaps. I don't know. Whatever you like to taste. And you could put spices or other herbs in it if you wanted to, if you were doing different flavours. It's really what you like. Quiches are just so easy because you can just do whatever flavours you like together. And so I'm now going to mix the onions and the spinach in, and then it will go into the case which is cooked. There we are. So that's had 15 minutes and it's starting to go crispy around the edges, and that'll go a bit more crispy as it's been cooked. But it's a nice shape and it looks pretty good. It's nice and firm, and it's sealed, and so it's going to stop the egg from going through to the bottom of the dish. Okay, so the spinach is in there, the spring onions. I use the green part of the spring onions. I don't know about you, but I don't like to waste anything. So that's all the spring onion right up to the top, and that gives it an extra bit of colour as well. And I'm now going to try and be cocky and tip this in while I'm videoing it. So it could all go pear-shaped. And I'm sorry if it goes out of focus. So just pour in to the case. Oh, and look at that, just filled to the top. I'll scrape them bits out in a minute. But that's perfect, and it fills it right up to the top of the case, and now when it cooks the egg will rise up. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. And so that's now going into the oven, and I can't remember how long for, but I'll tell you in a second. This is it after 30 minutes. Now it's getting nice and brown around the edge, but I think it's just a little bit too wobbly. Give it a little wobble to test. So I like to check it just before the time's up, just to make sure it's not overcooking. I'd give it another 5 minutes. So let's do that. Here's the finished article, and I'm really pleased with it. It's got a nice little rise on it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's rising up about 1/2, 3/4 of an inch, and as it now cools that'll go down a bit, but it's still got a little wobble, but it's set, and that's the main thing. And just let that cool for 5-10 minutes, and then cut it out and stick it on your plate. Serve it with whatever you want. We're having it with salad.